All right, doing my Co Commish duties. Definitely late video. As I check the time now, as you can see what I do for you guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. Very long day. 3 accidents on the turnpike. Took me forever to get home. But I have a duty to do. I have a public that waits on me to deliver, and I can't let the public down, right? So, without further ado, let's get ready. All right, let's try that again. I'm trying to get some energy for you guys. I'm trying to be a little bit more enthusiastic. Shouts out to Coastal Carolina, Grayson McCall, love you. Shout out to Shanta Claris. All right, let's try this again. Let's try to get some energy. I had a long day. I'm tired, but I do this for y'all. Let's go. Welcome to Week 7, State of the League. I am the Co Commish of the Miami Boyz Dynasty. And you know the format. I don't have to get into it. NFL scores, NFL Week 8 preview. We go over the award-winning topics that you guys love, and I know that you can't wait till I get to. And then we will go over the results for Week 7. We will do a preview of Week 8. We will do best record, most points, stud of the week, doormat of the week, and we will end it off there. So, you know the format. Shout outs to our soon-to-be sponsors, Bruno's Draft Boards. You know us. Sponsor us. You've been a fan of the Miami Boys for years. Shouts out to Bruno's Draft Boards. Shout out to our new format of Keep Trade Cut. Keep Trade Cut. If you see this video, go ahead and sponsor us. We put you guys on the map. And we appreciate what you do for Dynasty. Or at least Poppy Henny does. Also, Geek Vape. Geek Vape, go ahead and sponsor us. Great products. Love it. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about Week 7 in the NFL. Let's go through it quickly. Saints-Cardinals, first Thursday game that wasn't nothing but field goals and wasn't a stinker. Cardinals win 42-34. Welcome back, DeAndre Hopkins. Saints are in trouble. Although Andy Dalton has been playing good, he's made some interceptions, but I give him a pass because every Saint is hurt. Their whole defense is hurt. Michael Thomas is hurt. Jarvis Landry's hurt. Jameis Winston hurt or not starting or whatever. It's hard to, believe me, we as Dolphins, we just took 3 losses. I know about people getting hurt. So Saints are still in it with five losses, but any more losses, they're going to be out of it. And Cardinals with DeAndre Hopkins should start to get back in it right now. Moving on, Sunday night, Dolphins 16-10 and an absolute stinker, but Tua gets a pass because it was his first week back. Steelers are in trouble. Kenny Pickett does not look good. Steelers offense does not look good. At 2-5, they're gonna get TJ Watt back soon, but I don't know if there's any life left in this team. Maybe Mike Tomlin's that good of a coach that he can probably do something, but they need to do it now. As well as the Dolphins. Even though you got the win, you're 4-3. Jets are coming alive. Patriots are coming alive, and Buffalo is Buffalo. Buffalo is who we thought they were. So we have a tough climb, and you're going to have to do a lot more than 16 points. Hopefully they can look and get it together and look like the Dolphins offense that was from week 2, week 3. Bengals, Falcons. The Bengals were looking like they had a Super Bowl hangover. They took 2 aspirin, they drank a gallon of water, and they got it together for the last 2 weeks. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, everybody's come alive as they smoked the Falcons 35-17. Joe Mixon had a touchdown. Joe Burrow, 481 yards, 3 TDs. Tyler Boyd, 8 for 155 and 1. And let's not even get on Jamar Chase. Let's look at Jamar Chase's numbers real quick. Only person that didn't really contribute that much is T. Higgins, even though he had 5 for 93. Jamar Chase, 8 for 130 and 2 touchdowns. If the Bengals offense is clicking like this, I'll tell you right now, they can't be stopped. So as an owner of Jamar Chase in multiple leagues, I hope it continues. But the Bengals are getting hot at the right time, especially with 3 losses. They look like they're starting to click, and that's scary. Atlanta was doing good, but I will say it, and I know you guys have heard me say it multiple times. Arthur Smith, if this running game is the hill that you're choosing to die on and put your coaching career on, so be it. You know, that's on you. This whole running, not throwing thing, it's not doing you any good. And now you're going to have to either change it or do something because you just lost basically all your corners. So it's looking pretty bad for the Falcons. Let's see what happens, or if that's the hill that they choose to die on. Next up, very, very, very disappointed in the Lions. Coming off a bye week, only 6 points. For the first 2-3 weeks, you were leading the league in offense and scoring. Now, Jared Goff, oh how the mighty have fallen. I mean, you're 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown out with what was supposed to be a concussion. Who knows that's why I'm doing the parentheses. Who knows what's a concussion and what's a concussion anymore? I don't know. You don't know. I don't know what's pass interference. I don't know what's a catch. I don't know what's this. NFL really, really, really needs it together to get it together. They lose to the Cowboys 24-6. Welcome back, Dak. Dak had a so-so game, but it was enough for the Cowboys to win. They now sit at 5-2. But as we know, with the emergence of Dak coming back, CeeDee Lamb is just going to go out by the wayside. So I hope you CeeDee Lamb owners enjoyed it while it lasted. Because now that Dak's back, it's straight tight end. I can't call him check down Jack. I can't call him check down Dak because that is reserved for Chad Henne, as he is check down Chad, but check down Dak only throws to tight end. And that stinks. That's not how you play football. All right, Colts, another surprising team. They lose 10-19 in a winnable game that they could have won, but they let Derrick Henry run all over them. Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry, 30 for 128. Colts lose. They are at 3 losses right now, so to kickstart their season, they are benching Matty Ice for the rest of the year, and they are going with their second-year quarterback. And I think that might be for the good. Matt Ryan, obviously, he doesn't have it anymore. I understand. You had a hell of a run. We all get there. Age catches up, and you think you still got it, but you really don't. You see these gray hairs? You know, no matter how much I dye them or whatever, you can't escape Father Time, Matty. And Father Time just caught up to you, and that's all it was. I salute you for your service, but you know, it's time to put you out to pasture. And, you know, we thank you. You know. So, Titans at 4-2, Colts at 3-3. Both seasons are still alive, but they're in the same division. So, let's see if they can get it together. Ryan Tannehill has a banged up ankle, but he's not going anywhere. Next up, a game which I called for the Commanders to win. The Commanders beat the Packers 23-21. I called this game as a Commanders win. Green Bay is in a lot of trouble.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
I hope you get him next time, because what you're showing on the field, Green Bay, is an absolute stinker. I'll say this for Aaron Rodgers because he's too prideful to ever say it. Aaron Rodgers wanted to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, which he got. He got that. But I guarantee you, if you were to ask him behind closed doors now, would you trade being the highest paid to keep Devontae Adams? And he would tell you 10 times over yes, because they look atrocious. And at 3-4, another loss or two, their season's over. The Commanders, 3-4, are still alive, but they're in a very tough division with Philadelphia, the Cowboys, and also the surprisingly good Giants. So let's see what happens. But the Commanders should definitely stick with Taylor Heineke and not go back to Carson Wentz. That's just my opinion. Another, oh, how the mighty have fallen. The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, I thought I was shocked last week. I am more so shocked this week. The Buccaneers lose to P.J. Walker, Deontay Foreman, and the Carolina Panthers, who have absolutely nothing to play for. Actually, them winning is hurting their draft position, but they beat the Bucs. I don't know what's going on in the Brady household. I don't know if the lawyers are handling the divorce. I don't know what is going on. But Tom is not the same Tom. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin can't catch now. It's just atrocious. I feel bad for Uncle Lenny. At least he's trying. I don't know when the Bucs defense, the Bucs D-line and linebackers are top notch, but their corners are absolutely atrocious, and they need to fix it, because at 4 losses, like I said about the Packers, another loss or two and your season's over. This team, I called this as well, as they were underdogs in this game. The Giants beat the Jags 23-17. Although a great game from Travis Etienne, about time. It only took forever. The Giants got 100 yards rushing from Danny Dimes. And Danny Dimes is like, yo, I'm not going to throw an interception. I'd rather just run the ball. And the Giants are 6-1. This is incredible. Between the Giants and the Jets and the Eagles, I'm just sitting in a maze. I love it because I own Saquon Barkley in multiple leagues, but kudos to the Giants. Brian Daboll, if Tua wouldn't have got hurt, I would say Mike McDaniel would have been coach of the year, but since Tua got hurt and we took losses, right now, Brian Daboll for coach of the year. Put it, if you live in Vegas or a betting state, put it in, lock it in. Brian Daboll, coach of the year. Moving on, Browns, Ravens. Lamar used to be my lock for MVP. Now it's, of course, Josh Allen. Lamar has looked horrible. I don't know what's going on with Lamar. Gus Edwards saved this game. Shout outs to Gus Edwards. The Browns, Jacoby Brissett and Amari Cooper are killing Nick Chubb. It's hard to run, even though Nick Chubb had 91 yards and a TD. It's very hard to run, and that's because he's that great. It's very hard to run against stacked boxes when you can't throw the ball. Amari Cooper, 3 catches for 74 yards, just unacceptable. If you aren't able to throw the ball, then teams are going to stack the line against Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Browns at 5 losses, you don't, even though Mr. Massage is coming back in a couple weeks, you don't have the luxury of another loss, to be honest, or the season's a wash. The Ravens are barely getting by. Mark Andrews did absolutely nothing this game. You guys really owe Gus Edwards a steak dinner, because that's the only reason that you guys won. Lamar went from being front runner for MVP to now you can't even throw. Like, come on, and stop this. Like, I was all for it week 2, but now we're going into week 7. I'm sorry, we're going into week 8. Just stop it already. Like, just stop it already. Stop. Like, we're going into week 8. Okay, we know you can throw, whatever, but you've looked horrible sitting back in the pocket trying to throw. Don't throw anymore. Turn into the old Lamar and take off. That's all I'm asking you. Take off. Stop it. Like, the whole throwing experiment, I want to be a pocket quarterback. Like, you're killing yourself and you're killing your money. So take it from the commish. Stop throwing. Throw when your guys are open. Throw to Mark Andrews. But turn into the Olamar, and go back to running. All right, moving on. Jets Broncos, 16-9, another stinker. But you know what? Let's before I get into this game, we are going to have a moment of silence for Breece Hall. That hurts. That one hurts. That one really hit home. Miami Boyz Dynasty understands why. We want to wish Breece Hall the best. Thank you for what you've done for fantasy and what you did for your owners for these 7 weeks. We want you to have a speedy recovery. Do not wait on the surgery. Get the surgery either this week or next week. Get the surgery. You got it in week 7. If you get the surgery now, it'll put you ahead of schedule. Don't worry about James Robinson, Michael Carter. Get the surgery now. Come back with the knee stronger than ever and regain your starting spot next year, sir. We wish you the best over here at Miami Boyz Dynasty. Jets 16-9, basically because of Breece Hall. The passing on the Jets has been atrocious. I'm sure the commish can tell you about that. Denver, Broncos country. That's right. You didn't have Russell. You had Rippon. Rippon tried, but couldn't. Just an ugly game. Broncos missed field goals, missed extra points, made field goals. It was all field goals for the Broncos. Jets barely squeaked away on this game, but the Jets are still sitting at 5-2. So kudos to the Jets. But now let's see what you do without Breece Hall. Texans Raiders. Texans lose 38-20. Let me talk about this, gentlemen, for a minute. I mean, I am utterly surprised, and I was surprised like a couple weeks ago and everything like that. And like how on Metal Gear when you sneak up on somebody, Josh Jacobs isn't sneaking up on anybody anymore. He's done it multiple weeks now. When you have 8 kids and they didn't renew your 5th year, I think that's enough motivation for anyone. 20 carries, 143 yards, 3 TDs was the difference for Josh Jacobs, who's proven it's not a fluke. 38-20. Devontae Adams also added in 8 for 95. Damian Pierce can't do it all by himself. Davis Mills, if somebody could just give him some help, you guys might actually win some games. But you're 1-4-1. Another loss or 2, you guys are basically done. I would count you guys as done. Raiders at 2-4, trying to save their season. But I think that they will. I think that Josh Jacobs isn't going to stop anytime soon. They have the parts, and they did this without Darren Waller. I think they have the parts to get it done. See what the Raiders do. And you know what's funny? Everybody complained about their offensive line in the beginning, and now like their offensive line is making holes for Josh Jacobs the size of when Noah parted the Red Sea. I don't understand it. And the Dolphins' offensive line can't do anything. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. Seahawks 37, Chargers 23. Chargers lose to the Seahawks, which was very, very surprising. Let's see where the Seahawks go, as they will be without DK for a little bit. Kenneth Walker runs wild, 23 for 168 and 2 touchdowns. Seahawks win 37-23 at 4-3. Another surprise of the year, because I will go on record, and you guys have seen the videos. I had them and the Bears as the number 1 and 2 worst teams in the NFL, and they are proving me wrong. Very entertaining, and on top of that, I'll add in the Seahawks are putting up points. They put up major. DK goes down, they still put up points. Like, they are putting up points. I got to give it to them. Chiefs 49ers. Chiefs win 44-23. Christian McCaffrey experience wasn't off to a good start. Patty Mahomes, Juju Smith-Schuster, and this name, I never thought I'd say it. Mecole Hardman destroyed the 49ers defense as they won 44-23. Yes, you heard that right. Mecole Hardman finally, after years and years, showed up. And Juju is like, you know what? I got a 1-year deal. I want to up the ante. And Juju is playing out of his mind right now. And lastly, for the last night's game, everybody had the Patriots plus minus the 8.5. They thought the Bears were going to put up a stinker. And Bill Belichick, because he's smarter than the average Bear, decided to play Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. And they were never able to get into a rhythm. Bears behind Justin Fields and his 82 yards rushing. And the Bears defense, they win and beat the Patriots 33-14 in the shock of the week. And what did Bill Belichick say? Because he doesn't care. Anyway, that is it for week 7. Let's go to the preview of week 8. Thursday starts off with Ravens-Buccaneers. Ravens should win this one easily, as I have lost all faith in Tom Brady. Dolphins-Lions. Let's see if the Dolphins can get back on track against the 1-5 Lions in Detroit. Steelers-Eagles. Eagles should win this one easily. Broncos-Jags. Jags should have no problem in this one. If the Jags lose this one, then just count your season is over. As both of these teams are 2-5, whoever loses this game, their season's over. Panthers-Falcons. Stinker of the week. I don't know. I don't know. Bears-Cowboys. Cowboys, hey, don't take the Bears lightly. The Patriots did. Vikings-Cardinals. Vikings-Cardinals. JJ and Dalvin Cook coming off the bye week. This one is my game of the week. Should be high scoring. Should be a lot of offense in this one with DeAndre Hopkins and Justin Jefferson on deck. That is at 1 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Raiders-Saints. This one, Raiders should walk away with this one since everybody on the Saints is hurt. Jets versus Patriots. Two teams that hate each other. I know that the Patriots are going to try to blow the pants off of the Jets because of how much that they hate them. So let's see what happens in that. I don't mind either way because I hate the Jets, I hate the Patriots, and I'll take whoever loses, and that'll help the Dolphins. So they can both blow each other up.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Commanders versus Colts, stinker of the week. The Colts, let's see what they have with their new quarterback. But I lean towards the Commanders in this one. But let's see what happens. Texans versus Titans, same division. I expect the Titans to put up a fight. I expect the Texans to put up a fight, but I'm taking the Titans in this one. Rams versus 49ers. The hapless Rams coming off of a bye week, 3-3. Damn, I thought they had more losses than that. All right, versus the 49ers who are 3-4. I have the 49ers bouncing back and beating the Rams in this one. Giants versus Seahawks. This is my co-game of the week. Giants playing great football, Seahawks playing great football. I think that the Giants take this slightly, but I'm going to go with the Giants on this one. Massacre of the week. Massacre of the week. Bills versus Packers. I don't need to see this. Bills by 20 plus. The Packers have quit on the year. They've quit on their coach. And the team has quit on Aaron Rodgers. I expect the Bills to blow them out, especially after having a bye week. And the Battle of Ohio on Monday night. You have Bengals versus Browns in the Battle of Ohio. I expect that the Bengals will blow out, at least by 2 touchdowns, the Browns. Teams that are on a bye week, just for you to keep the heads up, you have Chiefs and Chargers on a bye. And that takes care of your NFL Week 7, preview of Week 8. Now we get to the much anticipated topics that you love and that you asked for. Let's start off with the 5 rising stars. Let's go ahead, and first on the list is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow went off for 32 completions, 481 yards, 3 TDs. He's looking like the old Joe Burrow, and that's good to see. After the abysmal first couple of weeks that we saw. Next up, Austin Eckler. 3 weeks in a row, you've put up numbers even though your team is losing. You went from not doing anything the first couple of weeks to now consecutive weeks in a row putting up big numbers for your crew and for your owners. So you made the list. Next up, wow is right. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 weeks in a row now, looking like the old Juju Smith-Schuster. What is going on here? Did we turn back time? It's good to see, especially playing on a 1-year contract. Kudos to you. Next up, Justin Fields. Justin Fields, you made the list after the performance last night. 81 yards rushing, a couple passing TDs, rushing TD. You look good. It seems like, and I talk the most crap about Matt Eberflus, but it looks like your coach is trying to figure it out and trying to play to your strengths. Kudos to him for that. But you made the list. Next up, Josh Jacobs. I thought it was a fluke. That's why you've never been on this list. I thought it was a fluke, but you have now contributed and done it 3 weeks in a row and put up big numbers. I guess if I had 8 kids, that I don't want to put up those numbers too because I need my money. Sorry about that. But let's go into, before I go into the next topic, I want to do some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions that hopefully, if they continue to play this way, they will be on this list. Deontay Foreman, way to come in and have 15 carries for 118 yards in a game that you guys were supposed to lose against a better Bucs team. Mecole Hardman has been on this list. No, don't. Wait. He actually did something this time. Mecole Hardman is an honorable mention because he had the game of his life for the Chiefs this week. And then another guy, and this guy's been hurt, so come on. Honorable mention, Paris Campbell, 10 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. We've been waiting on this for like multiple years. I don't know if anybody owns him and actually played him, but shouts out to Paris Campbell. Now, moving on to the next topic, 5 fading falling fast, 5 fading falling fast. And let's go ahead and talk about the 5 fading falling fast. First off, Mac Jones. Mac Jones rushed back from an ankle injury only to get benched after throwing an interception to Bailey Zappi, who in turn came in and threw a touchdown, but then didn't do anything else but throw interceptions as well. I think it's Bailey Zappi to start, and I think that is it for Mac Jones. And
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Matty Ice. Matty Ice came in and couldn't do anything. Therefore, it is the end of his career. That is it for Matty Ice. We want to thank you for your service. You are no longer needed in Indianapolis. Let me take this time out to quickly say, hey, Indianapolis, why don't you, it hasn't worked. Hold on. Let me put my book down for this. It hasn't worked for Jacoby Brissett. You lost Captain Andy. We all love Captain Andy, and we understand. You had Jacoby Brissett. You had Carson Wentz. I'm sorry, Phillip Rivers. You had Carson Wentz. And now you had Matty Ice. That's 4 years since Captain Andy retired, or multiple years since Captain Andy retired, because Phillip Rivers played multiple years. I'm going to ask that you do this. And let me help you. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. Okay? Go ahead. I'm going to give you, this season's a wash. All right? Let me help Robert Irsay. I'm not Chris Ballard. I'm not the GM. But let me give you some words of advice. The recycle quarterback thing ain't working for you guys. I think it worked most for Phillip Rivers, but it's not working for you guys. So I'm going to give you some advice, just like I've given the NBA team some advice who want that center from France with the first pick. Go ahead and just lose the rest of your games, right? Go ahead and lose the rest of your games, right? Listen to me, Chris Ballard. If you see this video or somebody shows it to you or somebody sees it who knows the Colts, go ahead and just lose. You have Jonathan Taylor. Save Jonathan Taylor. Go ahead and put somebody else in. Take him out. Save Jonathan Taylor. Go ahead and lose. Get yourself a horrible record. That way you get a top 5 pick and draft the quarterback of the future. I know that you're starting this guy who's been there. What's his name? I forgot his name. I'm not going to go back into it now. It's a live video. But I know you're starting him for the rest of the year to see what you got, to see that if you should draft another quarterback. Let me tell you that you should probably just go ahead and
Surprise, motherfucker.
draft a quarterback. Lose and draft a quarterback. You have 2 of the greats coming out this year. Why not put your name on the list for one of those guys? Stop this recycle quarterback stuff. All right? So moving on. Tom Brady. Jesus Christ.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
When you came back for this year and you chose football over your family, you fucked up. Excuse my language, kids. But it ain't working. I don't know where the mojo is. You know, like, I feel like the Monstars came and just took your powers away. And it's just like,
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
mission failed. Mission failed the last 2 weeks, Tom. You've looked horrible. Your team has looked horrible. You need to do something to save your season. Next up.
Leroy
Oh my God. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They are combined on this list because they haven't had Tua, but Tua just came back and you were only able to get 16 points. No points in the second half of that game against the Steelers, and the Steelers are missing multiple corners, even though Minkah Fitzpatrick was back. You guys got to get it together. I need you guys to get it together. I need you guys to be Leroy Jenkins and put it in for the Co Commish as a Dolphin fan. So do it for. Sorry about that, guys. Waddle, Hill, I need you to get it together. Whew. All right. In the.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I put Jared Goff. Jared Goff, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, had the highest scoring team the first couple weeks of the season. Now they have 5 losses, and he can't do anything. Jared Goff, he made the list of fading, falling fast, and now you got to deal with the Dolphins. Where are you, Jared Goff? Where are you? Next on the list, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, and I'm not gonna put Nick Chubb in, but I'm gonna tell you how it impacts Nick Chubb. Cleveland can't pass. Therefore, defenses are stacking the line, and Nick Chubb is not putting up the numbers that you want him to put up. So, Amari Cooper, please do something. I know it's hard, but please do something. All right, that takes care of fading, falling fast of the 5. Let's go to 5 rooks that cook. Number 1. Chris Olave, 7 for 106, way to come back from the concussion. Number 2, Brian Robinson, 20 for 73. After being shot in the leg and taking the starting position from Antonio Gibson, kudos to you, sir. Even though that this guy is not considered a rookie, remember, his foot was hurt, so this is technically his first year, so he made the list. Travis Etienne, 14 for 114 and 1 touchdown. Way to finally do something. You did, and you impressed the Jags so much that they traded James Robinson for a 5th and 6th round pick to the Jets. Next up, Kenneth Walker, 23 for 168 and 2 touchdowns. Why am I pressing the buzzer? I'm pressing the buzzer at myself because I should have taken him over Drake London, and the people in the Miami Boyz Dynasty will know what I'm talking about. So there you have that. You make the rooks that cook. Kudos to you, future. Next up. Wait a minute, Ramon, you haven't even announced the name. Wait. Another person I should have taken was why I'm buzzing myself. Dameon Pierce, 20 for 92 in a losing effort. He can't do it by himself. He needs a little help from his quarterback and his receivers. But he makes the rooks that cook because it's the second week in a row that he does it. And I should have had him on my team as well, which is why I get the... Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know. Rooks that are shook. Rooks that are shook. Although he's not shook, lost for the year to a knee injury, Breece Hall. I hated to put you on this list, but I had to get 5 rookies on the list. Get well, as we said in the beginning of this video, get well soon. Come back with a stronger ACL. Next up on this list, Tyler Algiers. The Falcons I watched Sunday, minus their quarterback rushing, they rotated 3 backs. Just horrible. Even though you did give me points and 1 touchdown, just wish you could have a full-time role. I know it's not your fault, but you do make the rooks that are shook because you're not getting all the carries you should be getting. Next up, Bailey Zappi. You're supposed to be the savior. You came in and you did nothing and you got smoked by Chicago. That's saying a lot. You probably will be getting the starting nod, so hopefully you can redeem yourself. Next up, I don't even know if I can put him on the list. I think it's a personal. You know what? Let me move him out. I'll talk about this person in the end. Next up, Garrett Wilson. It seems like Garrett Wilson plays a little bit better with Joe Flacco than he does with Zach Wilson because he hasn't shown up since week 2. Garrett Wilson, do something. Next up, we were hoodwinked. We were bamboozled. Isaiah Pacheco, it was all, if you have alerts on your phone, it was all across the alerts Sunday morning that Isaiah Pacheco worked all week with the first team and he was going to start. Isaiah Pacheco came in and did absolutely nothing. Way to hype us up for nothing. I actually put him in the starting lineup because of that, and he absolutely did nothing. Thank you for that. And lastly, with another Jalen Tolbert. Where is Jalen Tolbert? I drafted this guy when I probably should have had Dameon Pierce, but every week I get a Jalen Tolbert is healthy to Jalen Tolbert is out, not playing. Cowboys have never given an explanation on why this guy's not playing. He's not hurt. He's not injured. He is a waste of space on my bench at this point going into week 8. So he is an honorable mention of rooks that are shook, and I'm about to cut him. All right, teams that pissed off the fantasy gods. Teams that pissed off the fantasy gods.
These nuts. Got him.
These are teams that pissed off the fantasy gods, and they need to do something. Saints, all the injuries that you got on offense and defense, you definitely pissed off the fantasy gods. Pats, the Patriots, I mean, you guys definitely pissed off the fantasy gods because there's no way you should have lost to the Bears.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Listen, I'm just giving an honest opinion. Steelers, I mean,
What the dog doing?
I don't know. Steelers, it might be. I love Kenny Pickett, but I don't.
What the dog doing?
I don't know what you're doing. The Lions at 1-5. When the Lions for the first 2 weeks had the highest scoring offense in the NFL, let's go and.
Tactical nuke incoming!
I don't know if there's anything that can be changed, but the Lions, I mean, I was pulling for you guys ever since Hard Knocks. And that's the God, the honest truth. I don't know what's going on with you guys right now. Same thing for the Colts.
Tactical nuke incoming!
I don't know what happened. Offensive line not the same. Since the offensive line is not the same, Jonathan Taylor is not the same. You pull Matty Ice for your second-year quarterback. His name escapes me right now. Was it Drew Sharp or something like that? I don't know if that's the answer, but it's looking pretty. Go back a couple minutes, rewind a couple minutes, and see what I said about drafting a quarterback. Packers definitely.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Blow it up, Packers. No more Devontae. No nothing. You guys are hurting. Time to take the Dallas approach. From what I see, take the Dallas approach. Draft nothing but offensive linemen and start over. Let's go from there. Brady and the Bucks.
Tactical nuke incoming!
2 losses like that in 2 back-to-back weeks. You're better than that. You're better than that. Do something. Do something because the
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
the mission has failed. You got another chance coming up Thursday. If you don't get it done Thursday, then I'm going to clown you. Get it together, Brady. Next up, teams that need a turnaround to save their season. These are teams with losses, but can still make a go of it and actually try to make the playoffs.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise us. 49ers. Now you got CMC. Let's see how another week of a full practice and everything works out. Make a go of it and try to save your season. The Tampa Bay Bucks.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Do something. Because the last 2 weeks it hasn't been working. 2 games that you should have won.
Shut up!
And you lose.
Surprise, motherfucker.
The Browns. It's multiple weeks. We're only in week 8. You get Mr. Massage back in week 13. You got to win now or there's no season for Mr. Massage to come back to. Next up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprised? You surprised me by trading away James Robinson. Travis Etienne has 1 good game and you trade away James Robinson. I don't know what you're doing, Jags. You've had a couple close games that you've lost, but you needed to get it together and save your season. Next up, no surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
No, it's actually
Surprise.
no surprise. The Packers. You are who we thought you were. And I don't know if there's anything that you guys can do to fix what you got going on. Same thing for
Surprise, motherfucker.
the Colts. You guys are switching to a second-year guy, seeing if he's better than Matt Ryan. You're throwing, it's the term I like to use, you're throwing some gum at the wall to see if it sticks. And I don't know if going to the second-year guy is better than Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan wasn't any better, so it's like that term.
What are you doing, step bro?
What are you doing? You know. Anyway, moving on. That takes care of the NFL. Now we get into the Miami Boyz Dynasty part of it. Time to panic and make a trade and maybe save your season. Kane's Gang and Cheesehead. I loop you two into this one right here because, and then you guys need some goddamn quarterbacks. I don't know if anybody will trade with you. I mean, there's probably nobody that would trade with you guys, but you guys definitely need quarterback help. Or maybe Kane's Game, if you set your lineup correctly or analyze your lineup, then maybe you wouldn't be scoring 216 points. Poppy Henny. You make a blockbuster trade, and you trade away JJ for a blockbuster deal, and you come 1 point from being doormat. 1 point to where you actually thought you were doormat, but you were 1 point from being doormat. Epic, epic, epic fail. That's just... You might need to actually take some of those pieces. You know what I'd do if I were you? I'd take Josh Jacobs right now because he's hot and trade him for multiple pieces and save your season, because you made a trade and almost ended up doormat. Who does that? Like, come on. That's just... And I'm getting censored because it's so much BS. And next up, the award-winning You Are Who We Thought You Were. Let's talk about the teams that have proven the commish right. First up, the champ. 3 weeks in a row, 3 start of the weeks. You are putting your foot down where you weren't doing it the first couple of weeks. You are the stud of the week, and you are getting into championship form. Kudos to you, sir. Future. Future, aka Future, aka Future, you traded away multiple players. You had multiple players on a bye, and you still come up with the win. I thought that you would end up taking a L this week, but you told me to. And you now are in contender status. If you can win with 3 Minnesota Vikings on a bye, sir, then also a tight end. You, sir, are now a contender. Kudos to you. You are who we thought you were.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Pop Henny.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
You make a blockbuster trade. You talk unbelievable amounts of, and you talk so much, and you say you were the, and then you talk about how your team is gonna, and you're gonna get out of the bottom, and you're gonna, and then, and where do you end up? Right back at the bottom with us. Right back at the bottom with us. Your team choked. Besides Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is really what saved you from not being doormat from Chino. And you maybe need to trade Josh Jacobs away for something else. Trade him away. Josh Jacobs right now probably get like 2 or 3 players. Trade Josh Jacobs away. But I don't want you to trade him away because you're right at the bottom with me, and I like to keep you there. And that is it for Pop Henny. And last but not least, sounds like 2K, right? Commish. Last but not least, you are who we thought you were, Commish. Welcome back to the land of the winning. You scored 270. A little more points, you probably would have been stud of the week. Now you have Deontay Foreman as a starter. You have James Robinson traded to another team. You might be back in the thick of things and telling everybody else,
surprise, motherfucker.
But welcome back, Commish, to the land of the winning. And lastly. I play that sound for you because this person
These nuts. Ha! Got him! Ha!
is about to be named twice. Is about to be named twice. Massaging my roster, Sean McGoey. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. You are this week's member of Oh, how the mighty.
Run, bitch! Run!
Fatality. Fatality. Fatality.
No, God! No, God! No, God! The fuck you say to me, you little shit? No! Wrong. Daddy, chill.
I've got balls of steel.
And last but not least, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Sean, you are not only on how the mighty have fallen by scoring 176 points, but you are the doormat of the week. After starting out kicking everybody's ass, you're coming back a little bit to reality. And there's nothing I would like better than for you to come to the bottom with us. So send your $25. You are doormat of the week. Goggles, you are star of the week. And now we will move on to the league and the standings. First up, myself versus Cheesehead. Cheesehead beats me 239.35 to 188.99. Kenny Pickett 23.31. Taylor Heineke 21.55. Damian Harris 4.20. My life is over. Ramondre Stevenson in turn 36.40. Breece Hall, my life is over, 33.20. I salute you, sir. Derrick Henry, 50.40. Jerry Jeudy, 26.10. DeAndre Hopkins, 32.30. Brandon Ayuk, 20.70. Chris Olave, 33.10. TJ Hawkinson's 14.30 to 29.80 from George Kittle. Isaiah Pacheco, please rewind and see my comments. 8.80 to George Pickens, 22.60. Alec Pierce, 9 to 20 to Romeo Dubs, 0 points. Tyler Algiers, 20.50 to AJ Dillon. Wow, 3.50. Tua Tagovailoa, 28.68 to Robert Tonyan's 9.70. Me taking a loss. Cheesehead, kudos on the win. Mikey Xbox versus Kane's Gang. Mikey Xbox wins 277.85. Canes Gang with his lowest score in a very long time of 216.99. Side note, I'm not going to call Canes Gang out on this because we have sidebarred on what he did wrong. So I'm just going to go through the score. Lamar Jackson, again, see my comments on Lamar Jackson. 16.17. Kyler Murray, 25.80. Saquon Barkley, Comeback Player of the Year, 48.30. Nicholas Chubb, 33.60. Terrence McLaurin, 22.30. Congratulations, Taylor Heineke. To 15.10 from CeeDee Lamb. See my comments on Dak Prescott. Juju Smith-Schuster. It is time to get the money, he says. 47.40. Deebo Samuel, never thought I'd see this, 12.90. Hunter Henry, 370. Mark Andrews, never thought I'd see that, 1.40. Naeem Hines, 15.80. Kudos to you for starting Naeem Hines. And Damian Pierce, that one hurts, 39.50. Ito Benjamin, 41.10. Kudos to you, Mikey, on that one with James Conner being out. DK Metcalf, 2.70 before he got hurt. Tyler Boyd, 60 points. Any Bengals receiver, no matter what the week, it might be their time. So just Tyler Boyd this time to get 60 and not T. Higgins. Tony Pollard, 24.80. Derek Carr, 23.08. And Ryan Tannehill, with this, 6.09? 6.09? No wonder you got 216. Let's go ahead and look at your bench there. Oh, Lord. Oh.
You were the clock that was ticking in my home. Change my state of mind.
Ladies and
Love's
gentlemen,
so hard to find.
we got it.
Andy Dalton on the bench with 66.55. And let's shout this guy out. Mecole Hardman with 31.50 on the bench. Mecole Hardman with his best game in about, 4 or 5 years? Anywho, kudos to Mikey Xbox for putting up a fight and getting the win over Canes Gang. Next up, Sean versus Future. Sean versus Future. And we want to shout out Sean. Strange week, Sean. Very strange week. I know you felt the same and you were very surprised, but I was surprised as well. I was surprised when I woke up this morning you were doormat. Sean loses to Future. Hendricks scores 276.27. Sean scores a season low 176.28. 17.34 from Matty Ice before his retirement. Joe Burrow 90. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow 90.57. I should just stop there because Joe Burrow was like, yep, pretty much. Kareem Hunt 11 points. McCaffrey 15.10. Joe Mixon 30.20. Kenneth Walker 73.80. That hurts. Amon-Ra St. Brown before he got hurt 1.90. Jalen Waddle, 16.80. Curtis Samuel, 20.40. Alan Lazard, before he got hurt, 16.50. Zach Ertz, 8.60. Jonnu Smith, 2.40. David Montgomery, try for you, Chino, 20.70. All he needs was one more point, and he would have beat Poppy Henny. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. 10.70 from Rashad Bateman before he got hurt. Future Jacoby Myers, 12.70. Kenyon Drake, 6 points. David Njoku before he got hurt. Might be in trouble there, Chino. 22.60. Amari Cooper, 16.90. See my comments about the Browns future. Marcus Mariota, 26.54. Jimmy G, 31.64 future for the win. Next up, Commish versus Pop Henny. Commish wins 274.30 to Poppy Henny 177.72. I know that this is not what you wanted, Poppy. I know that it's not what you wanted, but it's reality. It's reality for you. You are in the bottom with myself, Cheesehead. Mikey's trying to get his way out. Cheesehead's trying to get his way out, but it's me, you, Cheesehead, Mikey. We're all in the bottom, okay? And now Sean is making his way because he wants to join us and make the group of 5. You lost 177.72 after making a blockbuster trade to George, 274.30. George had 33.54 from Justin Herbert. You had 18.90 from Dak Prescott with his checkdowns. George had 39.60. We all got it. You know what? Hold on a minute. From Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne, almost 40 points. Josh Jacobs delivers 65.60. 65.60 for Poppy Henny. Aaron Jones, 40.40 for the Commish. Michael Carter, 18.30. Tyreek Hill, 19.20. Not Tyreek Hill numbers. Keenan Allen, 4.60 in his return. Mike Williams, 27.10 before he got injured and is out for the formidable future. Cortland Sutton is taken over by Jerry Jeudy and only got 7.30. Pratt Freiermuth, welcome back from the concussion, 25.50. Evan Ingram, 16.20. Jonathan Taylor, welcome back, 27.40, even though you can do better. More for Arizona. Rondale Moore for Arizona, 5.10. Way to go, Poppy Henny. You're talking about Rondale Moore, right? Looks like he got a little bit infected by the DeAndre Hopkins bug. Najee Harris, 23.10. That's saying a lot in that stinker. Deontay Johnson, 14 points. That's saying a lot in that stinker. James Robinson, 0 because you didn't know he was going to be traded. That's why he ended up with 0 points and he didn't play because they knew he was going to be traded. But you didn't know. 7.40 from Kyle Pitts. Then you have Trevor Lawrence with 38.46 and Geno Smith with his lowest total in a while, 20.30 for the win for all day cuz. And Poppy Henny is not doormat by 1/100th of a point. Next up, the champ versus Teddy. The champ beats Teddy 280.29, and Teddy put up a hell of a fight and put up 255.46. I know, Teddy. I know you put up a fight. But it wasn't enough as the champ scored 30-something more points. Aaron Rodgers with 25.39. The champ is lucky to get that. Patty Mahomes, 67.90. I know, Teddy, where's the discrepancy, right? You're like, what the hell? I feel you pain on that one. Alvin Kamara, 33.90. Williams for Detroit, 16 points. Ezekiel Elliott, 27.20. Lenny Fournette, because of how bad Tom Brady's playing, only got 11 points. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase and scored 55. Garrett Wilson, look at my rooks that are shook, 9.40. Mike Evans, 25.60, but could have had almost 40 or 50 points had he not dropped that bomb. 16.50 for Chris Godwin. He had a lot of drop passes as well. Jawan Johnson for the Saints with 25.20. Way to start him, champ. I wouldn't have even started him. Wow. Gerald Everett with 17.80 for Teddy. Travis Kelce with 23.80. I'm sure he wanted a better game. All right. Who would have thought that DJ Moore, especially with PJ Walker, would get 25.10, his best game in a while. Kudos to you, DJ Moore. Kudos to, look at the nuts on the champ. Donovan Peoples-Jones goes 13.60. Don't know what you thought about there. I guess you have people on the bye. Raheem Mostert, 37.20 for Teddy. Christian Kirk, 26.60. Brian Robinson, 27.50. Devontae Adams, 24 points. And Tom Brady, 27 points. So you might as well say thank you to the league champ, because with Devontae's 24, they made you stud of the week.
Smoke weed every day.
Kudos to you, champ. You are the stud of the week. And now let's go over what we got going on here. Let's look at best records. You have Hendricks at 6-1. You have Goggles 5-2. Sean at 5-2. And next after that is Kane's Gang at 4-3. Let's look at our points here. Let's look at the points. Points for, let's talk about the top five. You have Kane's Gang with 1,882.42. He is number one. You have where's the points for? The fuck? What's going on here? Hold on, give me a minute, guys. What's the points for? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Ooh. All right. We have a new leader. The champ is now the leader in points for. He doesn't have the best record. Future has that, but he is now leading in points with 1,926.07. In second place, we have Kane's Gang with 1,879.37. In third place, we have the Commish back in third place with 1,851.15. In fourth place, we have Teddy with 1,836.67. And in fifth place. 26. We have Future with 1,762.31. So right now, if the season were to end today, you have the champ that would win most points, and you have Future that would win best record. But hey, that's what you have. There you have it. Let's look lastly at week 8, what we have going on for week 8. All right, you have myself versus Sean. Sean, I'm going to try to beat you, hopefully take you back down to the bottom. Next up, you have Mikey versus Future. Hey, Future, don't sleep. Mikey might get you. Next up, we have Cheesehead versus Teddy. Cheesehead at 3 and 4. Teddy at 4 and 3.
Fatality.
Somebody's coming for somebody. Next up, game of the week. The Gonzalez Safety Bowl. You have Kane's Gang versus the Commish. Kane's Gang versus the Commish. Somebody's got to win, right?
Wrong.
Somebody's got to win. That should be a good one. And lastly, you have Goggles versus Poppy Henny. It's unfortunate.
I've got balls of steel.
The champ has balls of steel. I don't think Poppy Henny could have a chance. But Poppy Henny with Josh Jacobs,
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away.
if Poppy Henny beats you, you only have yourself to blame. But you should win, champ. But how could this happen? We don't want to go to how could this happen next week. Signing off, the Commish. We'll see you next week.